Okay. So assignment for this week is methodology section. You have finished up to assignment 6 literature review. So today we are going to write a methodology section and then there is a block diagram. So for methodology what you have to do is basically take the screenshots of your software on which you are doing the development and give them step by step instruction. For example, this is one sample methodology section which I have one of my students developed. So this methodology is about how to install Raspberry Pi OS onto the Raspbian system. So you go to the Google, search for Raspberry Pi OS download button, then you'll come to this page. Then you have to click on this particular point and so on and so forth. So I'm sure that you have done all these steps while developing your Hello World code in the second week. So you have already familiar with all the process. So you have to take screenshots and then write in wordings what someone has to do. So methodology is basically it will start with what all softwares you will need. So this methodology might have started with something like what all components supplies and where you get them from. So basically if you are not there and if somebody wants to reproduce your work, you give away everything. So, for example, if you want to write a Python code, so you might go to Google and search for maybe Thorny, and then you click on this Thorny ID, and then you might click on this Windows version, and so on and so forth. So, you have to give away the instructions such that your next generation should reproduce your experiment और उससे एक ऑथेंटिसिटी पढ़ने वाले को भी हो जाती है कि वॉट एवर यू आर डूइंग इज जेन्युइन सो दैट्स वाई जो भी आप स्टेप्स फॉलो कर रहे हो टू कंपाइल दैट कोड अभी फ्रंट एंड और बैक एंड के कोड अपलोड करने के लिए बोला नहीं था आपको तो कोड मेथोडोलॉजी में होता है लेकिन अभी वो रेडी नहीं है आपका इसलिए हम नहीं डालेंगे कोड जो है वो जनरली अपेंडिक्स में देते हैं पेपर के एंड में so right now you can have a demo code to run like hello world is also okay for me but whatever softwares you want to use, let's say you want to make a React or MongoDB or front end HTML के लिए कुछ VS code तो you give all the steps. So all the software should be ready, front end, back end, and that you have to mention in this methodology. Once you complete that, the second part of this experiment is to draw the block diagram. So to draw the any block diagram, you can come to PowerPoint, select a new slide, blank presentation, right click on it, and go to the layout and choose a blank layout. So this is the first thing one should do. Then come to the insert, come to the text box. Let's say this is your first block video input. I don't know, maybe QR code, whatever. Whatever is your input to the system that you should type. Then you change this font to Times New Roman and font size is 18. You can reduce this block maybe two portion and then click on center align. So that becomes your first block. Next thing you have to do is come to the shape format. Here you can go for shape outline, look for a black color and with a weight of 3 point. So that becomes your first block. Now, once you are ready with your first block, you can just copy paste. But I would suggest before copy pasting, you also insert a arrow because these blocks needs to be connected. So you go to the arrow, select any random arrow, draw it randomly. Make sure that the arrow is vertical and horizontal. So one of these numbers has to be zero to ensure that the arrow is vertical. Select the black line again in the outline. You can go for weight of 3. So this becomes your standard block and then you just copy paste control C control V and here you can just move this entire thing and connect it. So only once you do the proper setting your block diagram should be ready. It should start from your input and end at your output. So these are the two assignments you need to complete this week. Thank you.